Alright, so let's set up this pressure washer. I'm going to use those quick disconnects. Let's see where they go. These, I believe, will go on the hose end. This one. Okay, so that comes off. That will go on your attachment, on your water spigot from the house. This in here. I'm going to use some plumber's tape to shore up and make sure that these things don't leak. Let me show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, so here's the plumber's tape I had gotten from Home Depot. Just going to take some of this. I've already done one. You can see it here. I put the plumber's tape on the end and screwed that in. Let me show you how I apply the plumber's tape. Take this end right here and we'll put the tape on. There's 1, 2, I'll go 3 and 4. Okay, so I already set up this end of the hose, and again, this is the quick disconnect that's going to go up on your spigot. Now you see here, you'll just be able to quickly reconnect your hose when it's time to go. Just hand tight for now. I'll come back with some pliers if I see leaking. And speaking of that, I will also put a little bit of this plumber's tape right here on this end. Okay, careful there. Right, and I'll take the other end. This is the large end here, and screw this in. To get a good seal. And this other end here, this is the quick disconnect end. This is what I'm going to take, and I'm going to screw this onto this attachment on the pressure washer. And wow, these do seem a little bit flimsy. I'm guessing that's why Obsessed Garage recommended these quick disconnects. You don't want to be doing this on a regular basis. There's a little bit of movement in this right here. Feels a little light. So I guess be careful with this, that you don't want to break it. Alright, so I have that in, and that's going to allow me to then quick disconnect the hose off there. Got a good seal in. Quick disconnect on. Alright, so this part is set up. Take this off for the time being. And on this end here, this is the pressure end. I want to get a good seal there also. So I'm going to take my plumber's tape, just put a little bit on the threads here. Don't want this to be leaking. Let's get it in nice. That being in, I'm going to take one of these ends here. This is the pressure end. Screw this on. Okay, get that in nice and hand tight. And then this other end here, this goes on the gun. Also gonna wrap that. Just a little bit of tape. I want to make sure I get a nice seal here on all of these attachments. And so this end right here, screw on this end of the wand. Okay, get that on nice and tight. All right. And so what we're looking at now, these last two, those will set up to the high pressure hose. I'm going to go ahead and wrap these quickly and then come back. Okay, so I wrap these two, and these go into the ends of the pressure hose. Screw these on. And what that's going to do is allow you to quick disconnect this pressure hose, the high pressure hose. That's one end. Take this, screw this into the other end. Okay, so one end will be able to hook up to the gun. That's secure. And speaking of the gun, you want to take the end, it's got tabs here. You look inside, try to line up the tabs, and then twist it in. That's assembled. Okay, go ahead and cut this off. Okay, so now this other end here of the high pressure hose, this will be able to quickly connect onto the unit. This end here now, for my garden hose, I can quickly connect there, and again, this will go back on. Alright, so it looks like we have it pretty much all set up. In terms of the surface cleaner, that already had a quick disconnect on the end of the gun. I can take the turbo nozzle off and just simply use this and make sure it snaps back up completely to make sure that there's a good lock in. So again, oops, you pull down to release, push in, let it snap back, and it's on. And now I have my surface cleaner ready to go. When I come back, we'll plug everything in and start cleaning. It's the next step. This is the before area. that needs to be cleaned. Front entrance. Gotta pay special attention up by the garage. And the driveway. That's it. Okay, so the water's on. Pressure washer's on. You should run some water through the hose to make sure you get all the air out ahead of time. So make sure there's no air in the line on the pressure washer. You don't want to affect the motor. So it looks like it's running okay. I'm gonna turn on the pressure washer now and hook up the wand. Just press it up. Have pressure. All right, so yeah, it looks like it's working. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the areas and then come back. You can already see, looks like there's a difference. Okay, put my safety goggles on. I'm gonna test out this pressure attachment here. I think it's a 15-degree nozzle, 15 degrees. Okay, that seems to work pretty well. I'm going to do most of the driveway and then I'll be back. Okay, here you can see I'm about halfway down, but you can definitely see the difference between clean and dirty. And I put the turbo nozzle on because that helps get near these edges. So if you take a look right here where the surface cleaner couldn't get on the edge, put the turbo nozzle on, which is this black one here that spins. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that, but the turbo nozzle takes off the dirt just as well. But I'm using it for the edges. Make sure I get those nice and clean. Okay, back to the surface cleaner. Alright, I'm going to leave the bottom of the driveway for now. You can definitely see the difference between the clean, I've already rinsed it off, and the dirty part. Now I'm going to work on the front entrance, and I must say even the reviews that I looked at said that you needed a longer hose, and I'm definitely going to look into that. I think this is like a 25-foot hose from Ryobi. I'm going to look for at least a 50-foot hose, and I'll be back when it's all done. Alright, sorry for the noise, but they're trimming trees. I just wanted to show this turbo nozzle, how the turbo nozzle reacts to the brick that I've been cleaning. And you can clearly see it takes that dirt right off. This nozzle is also what I use to do the edges. So now I'll come back with the surface cleaner, and that should be the last pass. You get the edges first, and then you come back and do the middle. Do the middle with the surface cleaner. Okay, here's my after review. Definitely think it did a pretty good job. My advice is make sure you wear some safety goggles. Let's see what this area had looked like before. And it's not completely dry yet, but here's the area. If you like the video, like and subscribe. More videos to come. Thank you. If you like the video,